Title: Ring of Fire, The Love of Johnny and June. Soft guitar strings hum in the background. The lights rise on a smoky stage. A young Johnny Cash stands in front of a microphone. His black suit sharp, his voice rough and low. Narrator: before the legend, there was a man, before the fame, there was the pain, and before redemption, there was June. It's the 1950s. Johnny Cash is just starting out, a man with a guitar, a deep voice, and a dream bigger than himself. Crowds love him. His songs about heartbreak and faith echo across America. But behind the applause, he's haunted by loneliness, by pressure, by the dark whisper of addiction. He sings "I Walk the Line," but in truth, he's struggling to stay on it. When June enters the picture, June Carter, a bright, funny, and fearless country singer from the famous Carter family, joins his tour. She's everything Johnny is not, calm where he's restless, strong where he's fragile. One night, after a show, she finds him in his dressing room, broken bottles on the floor, his hands shaking. June gently: "Johnny, you're killing yourself." Johnny with a tired smile: "I know, June, but I don't know how to stop." She doesn't lecture him. She just stays, prays with him, sings with him, helps him remember who he really is. The battle within. Years pass. Johnny's addiction grows worse. He disappears for days, lost in pills and pain. His marriage collapses, his career almost does too. But June never stops believing in him. She writes letters, sends prayers. When everyone else turns away, she shows up at his door with food, medicine, and hope. In his darkest moment, he ends up in jail for drug possession. When he's released, June is waiting, standing in the rain with a quiet smile. "June, come home, Johnny. Let's start again." That day, he chooses life. He chooses love, the Ring of Fire. Inspired by their love and struggle, June writes Ring of Fire, a song about passion that burns, painful but beautiful. When Johnny sings it for the first time, the crowd feels something real. It's not just music anymore, it's confession, forgiveness, rebirth. Scene 5. Johnny on stage.
"A Love That Lasted."
This song's for
In
the woman who
1968,
saved my soul.
after years
"A Love
of
That
friendship.
Lasted."
Fights
in
in
1968, Johnny
after
proposes
years of
to
friendship.
June on stage
Fights
in front of
and
thousands.
faith.
The
Johnny
crowd
proposes
cheers,
to
but
June
all
on
he
stage
sees
in
is
front
her.
of thousands.
The woman
The
who
crowd
never
cheers,
gave up on
but
him.
all he sees
Johnny,
is her.
will
The
you
woman
marry
who
me?
never gave
June
up on
laughing
him.
and crying.
Johnny,
yes.
will you
I
marry
will.
me?
June
Johnny,
laughing
they
and
married,
crying.
and
Yes,
for the next
I will.
35 years,
Johnny,
they
sing,
marry,
travel,
and for the next
and pray
35
together.
years,
Their love
they
becomes
sing,
their greatest
travel,
song.
and pray
Scene
together.
6. Their
The
love
final
becomes
verse.
their greatest
By
song.
2003,
The final verse.
June's
by
health begins to
2003.
fail.
June's
Johnny,
health begins
old
to
and
fail.
frail,
Johnny,
never leaves
old
her
and
side.
frail.
When she
never
passes
leaves her
away that
side.
May.
When she
He's
passes away
heartbroken.
that May.
In his
He's
final
heartbroken.
interview, his
In
voice
his
soft
final
but
interview,
steady.
his
His
says,
voice soft
June
but
was
steady.
my reason
He
for
says,
everything good
June
in my
was my
life.
reason for
months
everything
later,
good in my
Johnny
life.
follows
For
her.
months later,
as if he couldn't
Johnny
bear
follows
to sing
her.
another song
As if he
without.
couldn't bear
They
to
were
sing.
two souls scarred by life, bound by faith, and healed by love. Johnny once said, "You build on failure. You use it as a stepping stone." And together, he and June built something that even death couldn't end, a love that still. The concluding story of Ring of Fire. After years of struggle, music, and deep emotion, Ring of Fire became more than just a hit song. It became the symbol of their love. June Carter wrote the song when she realized she was falling for Johnny, a man already married, troubled, and battling his demons. She said the love felt like fire, dangerous, impossible to control, yet impossible to escape. "Love is a burning thing," she wrote, "and it makes a fiery ring." When Johnny first heard it, he said the melody sounded like something straight from his soul. He added the sound of Mexican trumpets, giving it that unforgettable fiery rhythm. The sound of passion and pain tangled together. When the song was released in 1963, it became one of Johnny's greatest hits, topping charts and defining his career. But for Johnny and June, it was more than music. It was a confession, a warning, and a promise all at once. Their final chapter. Years later, when Johnny looked back on their story, he said, "The love we share burns, but it's a good fire. It keeps me alive." June often laughed and said, "We really did live in a ring of fire." They grew old together, side by side, through sickness, faith, and stage lights. They prayed together every morning, held hands before every show, and sang to each other every night. When June died in May 2003, Johnny's heart broke. In his grief, he recorded one last song, Hurt. His voice trembled, his eyes full of tears, but the love behind it was eternal. He lived just for more months, and then, on September 12, 2003, Johnny Cash passed away peacefully, as if walking into that ring of fire one last time, where June was waiting. Legacy. Today, Ring of Fire is still played all over the world, not just as a country classic, but as a story of real love. A love that hurts but heals, burns but blesses, and proves that true love never truly dies.